were watching just a couple minutes ago, I said I was going to be revisiting something. And as it happens, it's actually the third time I have done it in my career. The first time was on a then little known stream called The Cannibal Kitty as a guest slot. Second time was here on my show with Wit Sharper Than Fang, who was quite appropriately horrified by what I was doing. And if she or Silver shows up this time, they're going to be in for a real shock because they think we're still doing Lemmings. They did, or we did. They're too late, so this is the price they have to pay. Now then, life and death. Now this I just freshly downloaded from the internet, so I have no idea what doctors are registered here. Oh good, looks like the same ones as last time. Nothing's changed, nobody audited the damn thing. Oh well, guess we're just gonna have to do something here.
I bet that intro screen was great for foot fetishists.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who needs wiki feet when you got this? Now, we need an appropriate medical name, and I will leave that one up to the Admiral. Now I want that same violent, fiery fervor that we get from the intros.
Accident murder face.
Let's see how much of that we can actually fit. Well, in a case like this, who needs spaces anyway?
Murder face.
Oh no, we can get it all in. Just, we have to sacrifice space to do it. Oh, you got more stuff?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
There's a slot in the front, like right underneath the plastic.
Oh, this.
Yeah, you're gonna need something long to trigger it though.
Something right?
Long. Like, well, you got it. I was thinking something like that so it'd actually reach. Accident McMurder face, huh? Okay. Oh, first things first, orientation.
Who you on with?
Goes by the screen name AdmiralCordelia, one of Jackie's friends.
Who's friends?
Jackie or Wit, for those of you who have never heard us slip on the stream before. And we're gonna kill people on the surgery table. You know, my old shtick.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my father. For those who don't know, their declining health has me here to help them out. At least for a while. Alright, so this guy doesn't say anything even remotely helpful. The important stuff is the patient.
Can we fuck the nurse?
Unfortunately, no, we can't. I have attempted and got nothing out of it. But the second game we're going to do on this video will actually get us closer to doing so. So here's the deal. The first thing you want to do is read the clipboard, which says pretty much the same thing no matter what the guy actually has. Here's how we go about diagnosing, and I really want, Admiral, I really want your commentary throughout this whole thing because there is a lot to dissect here. And I don't just mean that literally. There are 4 quadrants on the abdomen. Huh? I'm sorry, did you...
Is this OnlyFans?
Close enough. Did you say something, sir? Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Continue until his health improves.
Essentially, or until he gets fed up. He'll get nothing more out of it. So the only thing that had pain was the lower left. And in this game's very limited scope, that can only be one thing, and that's kidney stones. Just to prove that, you can get an x-ray of them, and you're going to see these little dots over what would be the left hip bone. Yeah, right there. Now what you want to do is refer. So I'm going to show...
God, that's small detail.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to show it right so that we have good contrast when we start doing shit wrong. So yeah, kidney stones is not something that our specialty puts up with. We are abdominal medicine. Here's the copy protection.
That guy's face was nightmare fuel.
Oh, just wait, they get better. I know how to find this, but let's do something fun first. Your opinion on this one? Nice young thing, huh?
Maybe too young.
Nope, 25. If you sign the clipboard without actually ordering something, it doesn't do anything. This poor thing's got pain everywhere.
Bitch is knocked up.
I mean, we could always do exploratory surgery to make that determination. But I will spoil right now, unfortunately, that there are no pregnant patients in this game. The proper diagnosis for a full-blown abdominal pain is medication, as it signifies a bacterial infection. Now let's do something totally wrong, namely observe. So, you'll get taken off the case, you'll have to go to medical school, and he'll tell you exactly what you did wrong. So, yeah, he'll tell you, and that's it. He'll just send you right back out. Now you figure the...
She fucking died by shitting to death.
Oh, there is death. That one, however, did make it through. Just we screwed up on making her better. Now, you indicated the last one might be a little too young. How about one that's not quite so young? With the same shriveling carrot arms that the old man had.
What the fuck is going on with her arms?
Nothing good.
She is fucking 32.
Mm-hmm. No pain anywhere. That would signify observation for intestinal gas. So your suggestion from a moment ago would actually be closer to this case right here. But regardless, we are going to... Yeah, you know what? We are going to operate. Now pay attention during this. because what I'm about to do is going to come of some importance. Let's start by doing this right. First, you want to wash up with soap, and then you want to put gloves on. Antiseptic wipe over the whole thing. For those of you who know how my show goes, don't worry, this is not going to stay legitimate for long. And then make a drape. Antibiotic syringe. Load blood. Flip gas switch to put patient under. And let's begin. Oh, that's a terrible cut. So that blipped beyond my control, unfortunately. But basically what it said was I violated
Did she fucking die?
No. That was not a death. That was a copy protection violation. So basically what the guy said was that I violated a protocol, and specifically this is how they implemented the copy protection. So now we're going to go... Oh, so now we're going to go back over to the phone. And we no longer have a note. But I do remember the last indication being line 2 of car phone. So what I need to do is this. 8103. Or not. Alright, so am I just going to be stuck here until I leave the game or what? Alright, let's do the next few right and see if we get another chance to correct that problem. No, I did not catch pain in the lower right. What's wrong with you? She said she was fine. But yeah, we need an x-ray if there's pain in the lower right, and only the lower right. Could be appendicitis, and that's the operable problem. Oh, here's some food for thought. What do we make of this raisin?
He has fucked a lot.
Okay, this guy could be a problem.
Clearly he has AIDS.
Oh, totally. And this x-ray proves it. Look right here at the antibody buildup.
Lot of AIDS. Take him out back and shoot him.
Yeah, next time I'll write the order. Both sides could be a thing. No kidney stones. That means it's time to really do surgery. And we're going to get another chance at the phone. Cruise Cardiology Line 3. 7722. Now we will not be interrupted the same way again. I could have sworn I signed off on an operation. I guess I didn't. Well, here we go. Let's try this again. So I have a scalpel in my hand, and the anesthetic switch is off. Anybody want to tell me what 2 plus 2 is?
Pain.
Excruciating pain. Yes, I do know that that wasn't the proper
Next time,
procedure.
cut a dick into them.
That's so overdone, though.
Cut tits into them then.
All right. Now here's the thing, though. I can't release the mouse because once I do, they'll scream. But I could do an experiment. Oh, yes, cleanliness. So, what all didn't I do? I didn't wash. I didn't wear gloves. I didn't use the antiseptic wipe. I didn't inject antibiotics. I didn't drape the operating area. I did not apply a blood IV.
Motherfucker, you're the patient zero for COVID-19.
Yep. Your confidence is quite humorous. You know what? I'm not even going to examine your fucking ass. We're just going to go in. So, you want tits?
Cut his dick off.
Cut his dick off? Satisfied?
I love pissing Nightmare Face Man off.
Yes, I'm sure you do. What would you like me to do with this one?
Surprise me.
How about another snip?
Sterilization begins.
Oh, sterilization never happened. Okay, new plan. All right, hold on. All right. Whoops, drape. Why not cut with the scissors? Oh, I remember what I have to do. See these bleeders?
Wait, is that blood?
Yes. I seem to have completely forgotten how to do this for a moment. I'm the best doctor.
What the fuck is that?
This is the fat layer. Like, this is
Gross.
real, true, legit surgery. So if there is a trigger warning that I need to know about...
Not for me.
Alright. Anybody else out there, if you can't handle this, my suggestion would be to turn away within the next 5 seconds. And then once you've regained some composure, close the tab. This is muscle. This is inverted grain muscle. Whoops. There we go. Now, this is delicate right here. Shit, what do I do? Oh, right. Scrape. Grab. Puncture. And you want to use the scissors, not the scalpel, because what I just did, I incised the large intestine. So here's what I got to do. I need a wipe. Well, first, yeah, you're right. Fluid sample. Suction to clean this up.
Getting low on blood.
Yeah, I see. I have a little more time before I do anything. Alright. I need to pack it. Up. Up again. I really wish that screen didn't bypass the way it does.
Did you get copyrighted?
No. I performed an appendectomy on somebody who didn't have appendicitis. He did have a bacterial infection, so technically he was cured.
RIP.
Yeah, so they don't like the approach that I took. Yep, so I needed the scissors and not the scalpel for what I just did.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they basically didn't like the fact that I used the scissors. Now, we want to see people die, right? That's the level we haven't reached yet.
Yes.
So, let's make death happen. This guy's got a bacterial infection. He's not going to die. Or intestinal gas, rather. This guy's also got gas. He's not going to die.
Stop coming to the clinic when you just fucking are farty assholes.
This one could die. This one will die if I do anything but operate. So I'm going to say that he's also got gas. And this is incredibly sudden, so I'm going to give you guys exactly 10 seconds to turn away from what essentially amounts to back then a jump scare warning. Starting now. Three, two, one, here we go. So yeah, he's dead.
He fucking died.
He did McFucking died. Oh, and sure, this doesn't bypass. Yep.
I like how that guy's face never fucking changes.
Uh-huh. Alright. So if we want more death, we're going to have to go to the operating table. So that's exactly where we're going to go. Alright, who's blowing in my stream?
It's Silver.
Oh, you made it after all. We finished Holiday Lemmings about a half hour ago. Maybe
His
a
mic
little more.
seems to be fucked.
The patient wants surgery. Patient gets surgery. Method 1 of death. Heart medication. Actually, it seems atropine is not as deadly as I thought. But, you know what is deadly? Lidocaine.
Hooray.
Unique surgical technique. That's a word for it. Yeah, so atropine and lidocaine
I
are
feel
only...
like you would not go to medical school at this point. You would go right to jail.
You think so? I mean, I didn't do anything bad. See, here's the thing. There's literally an auto patient maker in the back of this hospital. And they were just clones. They weren't actually people. So to say that I committed murder would be an absolute falsehood.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That is...
Is this the plot of the new Blade Runner movie?
Oh, I see you've decided to speak, Silver. How you doing?
Yeah, sorry, I was getting my audio working. I'm coming to you live from nowhere
It's
in the
horrible.
scrubland of New Mexico. New Maine.
Very nice. And just a heads up, while I understood what you said, it was coming through very choppy and windy.
Oh, yeah, did I mention that I'm connecting by satellite
Oh, wow.
from the middle of nowhere?
Oh, very nice. Well, welcome. This is effectively the second half of the stream. I basically rage quit Holiday Lemmings without the rage.
Can't rage fire me. I Well, tis a sad day when we don't have lemmings.
Well, I mean, you can always watch it tomorrow when it goes up on YouTube. This guy may have appendicitis. He may have kidney stones. I don't know.
So we're doing Malpractice Simulator
1980, 1988. Whit was here.
Yeah.
Whit was here the last time I did this too. You know what? Screw all the formalities. Let's just turn the gas on and get going. Here we go. Da 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 da. Only 5. Fascinating. Usually it's 7 or 8. I don't know what this nurse is screaming about.
Why am I not surprised?
We're doing just fine, guys. Just fine.
I need you to see my eyes, Alice. What did he just do? That has
It's
the
fine,
nurses-
guys. It's fine. Just fine.
It's called ripping and tearing, until it is done.
So, did nobody notice what I just did? Do I not have good nurses here tonight?
I hope you're
No.
all paying it, because I'm only doing that once.
Yeah, actually, I did not administer a blood transfusion, if that helps anybody figure out how the patient died.
Did you perform a blood exsanguination?
I did absolutely nothing with blood except let it flow out.
That is exsanguination.
So, not only did I do absolutely nothing right, but I let the patient bleed out.
Yeah, that's generally frowned upon.
Now, there are more fun ways to let the patients die in later procedures. So, let's attempt to do this right so we can move on to them.
Spin the wheel of malpractice. Will you hit negligence, go broke, or will you score the jackpot and hit murder?
How can I service you today? Or disservice, as the case may be. Well, first soap, then gloves. Or is that a 5-pronged condom? I'm not even sure.
We're here to kill, not sexually harass.
Yeah, fair. And here's a drape. And here's the antibiotic syringe. Here is the blood. Gas on. Let's go. That may be one of the cleanest cuts I've ever done. Top left to lower right using the scalpel. Clamp all bleeders. And while they're clamped, fry them with the cauterizer. If you're doing this properly, do try to resist the urge to fry the rest of the skin. Wipe the blood. Open up. And you want to do the same with this here fat layer. Apparently I did it so cleanly I only had 4 bleeders. Oh shit, I see a 5th one. Great. Now, wipe down. Alright, so from here on there is no blood, so I'm going to switch to a glucose drip. Very good. I have a slightly harder time going backwards. Alright, now, here's the right way to do it. Scrape, grab, puncture. Now if I use the scissors and draw a straight... Whoops, that's a clamp. If I use the scissors and draw a straight line, that'll do just fine. So we need a fluid sample in order to craft medication. We need to give the suck job. Pull out 1 level, pack with gauze before it slips back in. Pull, pull, grab with clamp. Alright, this is where memory really comes in for me. I need a puncture down here to open the mesoappendix membrane, tie it off, clip near the scalpel to get the first half, or not. What, are you not going to show me a picture of where this was supposed to be? God damn it.
Even when we try, we fuck it up.
Yep, isn't that just the way?
It sounded very professional right up until the point where you sighed, and then it sounded like the patient died.
Well, screw professional. This time we're going to speed through it.
We're going to speed run this man's appendectomy.
That's right. That totally can't go wrong, right? Would anybody like to tell me how many ways this is just a bad idea?
Nope, YOLO.
Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zap, zap, zippity doo dah, zippity yay. My.
Wonderful day.
Well, I was gonna go more for why oh why did you fuck up my day? Plenty of hellfire coming your way. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. I don't think I like how I curved this one. Did I? Oh shit, I missed one. Tell you what, I am not doing this nearly as competently as when Whit was here. I feel very bad about that. To a point.
Oh, so now you admit that you owe something to these clones.
No. I owe the clones nothing.
Nationalism.
I owe Whit everything for getting me my license. See, I should not have been a licensed surgeon.
Well, the first step is have a problem. The second step is staunching the
Yes! High clamp. Low clamp. Got it. So high clamp, low clamp, click in between. Invert stump, Z suture, drop it back in, close up. Time for a glucose drip. Actually, much past time for that, but it's okay. I am amazed at the lack of cardiac problems we've had here. There is a reason, by the way.
lack of cardiac problems caused here.
There is a reason for the atropine and the lidocaine, I assure you. Well, here's the use for the lidocaine.
Quick, let me throw a hand grenade in this person's guts.
And wow, a bradycardia right after that. So yeah, the dip in sound and visual is PVC and needs lidocaine. That plateaued silence requires atropine. Now we need the skin clips rather than the sutures for the skin.
What are you administering the drugs to yourself? Are you going deaf from drug use? What's going on?
I'm sorry, what?
administered drugs? Are you administering them to yourself?
Basically. And it would seem this time they liked it. I got enough of that passing message and they're not sending me to medical school. So not only did I do it well enough to pass, I did it in less than 5 minutes. I'm a good doctor.
He said, wagging his tail.
So,
1 out of 100 patients saved makes you good?
yes.
What about the entire basement of corpses?
First of all, they're not in the basement. They're all stuffed into the MRI. Second of all, we really shouldn't talk about that because it's not becoming.
That is not what the MRI is for.
Yes, I know. And we're going to demonstrate that later. But first, here's another way that I'm a good doctor. I pay very close attention to our staff, you see.
Oh,
Note
no.
the personal relationships here.
Fucking ominous.
Yeah, so now this person is the token administrative nurse, you know, the one that tries to peddle all the rules and regulations and blah blah fucking blah. Nobody likes an administrative nurse. So that's precisely why we're going to put her on. But second of all, about personal relationships, there are people who don't like a certain other person on the staff. Note the name David Menglier. Business deal that went sour and they still don't like each other as a result. So, he likes Beverly, which is why we do not want to pair them together. As for everybody else.
You're making a proxy war with your staff.
Yeah. If you don't like it, you can both quit. Now, this one's the specialist for the aortic surgery that we're about to embark on. But we don't want her because she doesn't have trouble with anybody. Ken Shepard also doesn't have any negative experiences. But for some reason, he finds... For some reason, he likes the administrative nurse. Here's an even deeper one. Huh?
Does he like the nurse as a friend? Does he like the nurse in the way that you like a pet? How does he...
He likes her upon his... I mean, there's the pathologist. And she's got a relationship issue with Greg, the appendectomy specialist, who we could have brought in but didn't.
He likes to hide his salami in her oven.
Like that pizza... like that pizza in the oven, she wanted him in her.
What are you doing with your salami that it goes into an oven?
Have you never put your salami in the oven before? That's a real surefire way to char it up and make it real firm.
Concentration.
I mean, you need concentration to keep it in there.
I stick it on a goddamn pizza.
Absolutely. So, about this next surgery.
An aortic repair, you said?
That's the operable procedure, yes. Now, again, useless clipboard, and you're not going to find any problems on the 4 quadrants except for the completely non-operable thing. Now, if he's got a lump, it's one of 2 things. Also, if I poke a little lower, it'll be like a sensual massage. But anyway. So if he's got a lump, you need an ultrascan. Right here is the important thing to look at. Pay close attention to the current size of the thing. This is considered an immature aneurysm and cannot be operated on just yet. It must be observed. Maybe it'll break apart, maybe it won't. He's also got a testicular lump. And notice this. His lump is much bigger. We is going to have to do something.
He gon' die.
I mean, do you want him to die? Tell me right now, does he die?
No.
Okay. Then we're going to do what we can to save him. Unless you want him to die in some horrible fashion on the operating table that we haven't seen yet.
He can pray to me afterward.
Okay. Well, here goes nothing then. Let's see if I remember how to do this. This one's delicate, even on easy. So the focus is a little different, but here's what's the same. We still wash up, we still do gloves. Basically, everything up to the first, 4 stages of opening are the same. We're utilizing a brush on this guy while he's still awake. He can feel all of this. We still drape. Antibiotic syringe. And blood. Blood is going to be a necessitation throughout this whole thing. And on with the switch. And this time, we're going straight as I can possibly manage, south. Have I gone mad, or is the bleeding happening faster now? We have a pretzel this time.
It is.
To ligate the small stuff. I thought maybe I was just getting worse at this. Okay. As you can see, since we're playing vertical instead of diagonal, we are going to have a much tougher time getting a big area. Because as you know from high school geometry, the diagonal is going to provide a bigger area than any lateral direction. You, of course, all did remember that.
Barely.
I mean, I could just have geometry games the next time you and Silver are here together. This time we've only got one muscle layer. And now we get to the peritoneum layer. And this is the layer where we scrape, grab, poke, and skizzers. This time, here's what we got to do. Grab the intestines with our hands, bag them up so they stay put, and now we have another peritoneous layer to deal with. There is very little room for error here if we want any hope of getting the aorta up. I think I got enough of it. So here's what we got to do. I need to find the rubber tubing.
Holy shit, that's a big one.
Yep. Okay, click on it to get the rubber tubing. Here's what we got to do. We got to cut this off. And then we got to ligate, or clamp the ligator, or the bleeding first, and then ligate it. Try not to click carelessly because you might drop the aorta. Alright, this is where things can get real tough. Before we start cutting open, we must clamp all three exchange points of the aorta toward the heart and the two legs. Now, cut downward. Big enough. Blood. Now open it up. Shit. The retraction or the incision is too high, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to wake up the patient here and now.
Rip.
For what? What are you waking him up for?
I mean,
You got some questions you gotta ask?
I mean, I missed a couple of important questions that should have
Wake
been...
the fuck up, you piece of shit. Your aorta is fucked up, bruh.
There were questions I forgot to ask him during the pre-operation interview, and I kind of needed answers before I proceeded. Anyway.
Very well, I'll allow it.
I'm very pleased and gratified that you got such innate joy out of that. Oh, they didn't like my incisions anyway, so... Oh shit, I forgot a step. There's a drug, heparin, that prevents blood clotting. Huh. Oh, I should have clamped that and cut off the blood supply before cutting it off, huh? Hold on, let me back up one. Okay. Beginning below the vein and ending near the juncture.
So much never-ending pain.
Yep. What's your deal? You got a big one? Yes, you do.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to wheel that guy to the morgue and I will show myself out. But it's been a real treat.
Oh, here,
It's been a real slice of life.
Yes, it sure has. And by the way, take this one with you too, would you?
Can do.
Well, thank you much. And Merry Christmas
Jesus
for whatever
Christ.
it's worth to you, and enjoy your time with your lady.
I will do so. Have a happy holidays.
Thank you much.
Unless your holiday is Eid, in which case you're very late or very early, or in case you are Jewish, in which case you done goofed. You missed Hanukkah. It's over. The gun. There's no more oil.
I always
Get the fuck out. We already ate all the potatoes.
I always come early.
And just enjoy normal almsgiving if you are a Zoroastrian. Keep doing you and keep worshiping that golden calf. We love what you do. So with that, Silver Recluse, out.
Thanks, Silver. See you
Peace.
later. Hoy. Well then, let's go on and attempt to do a better job this time.
Are we operating on Silver next?
You can imagine that this one is him. Because I'm aiming for this to be the last one before we move up to brain surgery to finish this mess. Being that it is the first time that I have been home to do this in
Can't do
6
brain
years
surgery
or so.
on him. For obvious reasons.
Oh. Well. Always worth the attempt. Right? Oh, damn, that was nearly perfect.
Not if the effort is wasted.
The effort? What if I'm wasted? What if I've been wasted this whole time and I've been operating under the guise of sobriety?
I expected a lot of cocaine.
Cocaine is actually in the future of this stream. This specific episode. If I don't succeed this time, I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably just retire and move on to the other hospital. This incision probably is not good given that big...
Become a cop.
Is there a good stream for me to do that? Don't really want to do police quest because inventory management and such.
We could play SWAT 4.
SWAT 4, which is essentially police quest 8. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I'm not sure that I do. If you wanted to lead that one, I'd say happily go for it. And there's that. What we did find here the last time. Skizzers. That may have been a touch too low. We'll see. All right, so what do you mean, why am I putting a clamp here? Fuck. What did I do now? Well, tell me where I was supposed to clamp the
Kalima.
fucking thing. I give up. We're changing careers. So just a moment here. All right, we're going to set the next folder and reestablish.
Are you fleeing to Mexico to start a new life?
Oh, hell no. We're just going to another hospital, that's all. Do I have the right sound scheme? Yes, I do. Good. See, the problem is Sound Blaster and AdLib don't work the way they're supposed to.
Is this the one where you bang the nurse?
More or less. Speaking of drugs, here's some LSD.
Yes.
Excellent.
Welcome to Toolworks General.
So, here's the classroom.
Great, it showed the name.
Mm-hmm. So, for some reason, they explained strokes to us in the orientation.
I'm already having one.
Yeah. And now they properly begin the orientation. Alright, so we don't get to have fun just yet. But later, after we have a few patients, we'll see something. Or, Admiral, do you have a suggestion for me?
Not on this one.
All right. How about this?
I'm not into granas.
Disappointed, are we? Why don't we go someplace quiet? Well, how's that for an answer, though?
Lol.
Another place we can go. Schmidt and Griffin.
Look at that fucker chowing down in the back.
Yeah. Let's have a little fun, shall we? Now let's do...
Okay, she's hot.
We'll deal with her later. Right now, let me think about this. I have no idea what I'm even operating on. Like, at all. That's a drape, good. Patient's already under. Blood. Antibiotic. Why am I nervous? What the fuck? We only want to go part way with this before starting to pull the skin clips out. What's up, Mayo? Am I having a legit moment?
This one seems bloodier than before.
Yeah. There's always going to be 20 bleeders at this stage. I'm having a lot of trouble with this. I'm not even sure why. There. Good. Horrible zipping noise, and thank you, Mayo. Lower motor neuron disease? Oh, peripheral neuropathy. Yeah, so basically I did absolutely no diagnosis, and that's, as usual, what happens.
Yeah, surgery won't fix that.
Nope. You've got exactly three strikes. I wasn't drilling, however.
Wait, this game actually will kill you?
No, it won't.
Who is this fucking douche crew?
Well, this guy is a little too much into coffee. And that pot never seems to end.
Space them all.
Yeah. Put them all out the nearest airlock, right? Unable to use right hand. Well, use your left one. Problem solved. So I gave aspirin, and apparently that was wrong. Also, what did Wit say last time? Something about developing schizophrenia? But yeah, basically that wasn't good.
We're developing psychopathy.
Yep, so that was hysterical paralysis, and had I properly diagnosed that, we would have known that. Alright, let's get something else. Yeah, so basically you can get some gossip about who likes who and who doesn't among the staff. I've already put together a pair that doesn't get along, but we didn't see any results come from that. Yeah, so you can see plenty about how Griffin and Heidi Schmidt don't like each other very much.
If we do it right, will they shoot up the hospital?
Maybe. Maybe. Well, let's see exactly why they don't like each other, shall we? So here's Griffin, who specializes in aneurysms. And Schmidt has been seeing Griffin's ex-husband. That's the root problem of what's going on here. Schmidt's a cardiologist, so she'll pay attention to the EKG. And, yeah, reciprocated problem. This guy is a general
Clearly
surgeon.
They should just fuck.
Yeah, and here's your token misogynist if anybody wants to commentate on this.
Put him in the MRI machine and for 3 days.
For 3 days, huh? Anesthesiologist and failed relationship with Brandt, who deals with brain tumors. And this guy doesn't have any personal problems with anybody, but he is the token administrative nurse. So basically you bring him if you think you've got everything else down. Oh, and here's a fun one. If anybody...
Mayo has a good idea.
I do like that idea. But before we get to that, let's have a little fun of another kind first. So if anybody is familiar with the Alice AI program, basically it is an AI geared toward responding properly toward anything you say to it. And this was a very early version of this technology. So, please state your problem. How do we want to take this?
10 years. Me dick no worky.
All right, that's funny.
The swimmers. Cream Pie Central. Oh God.
Don't request things you don't want. Oh, the Men of the Sea, yes.
Oh God, no.
Do you think it's likely that if I ain't been there?
Oh my fucking God.
Do you think it's likely that if I haven't want you to take I there?
I think you broke it. What the fuck is this shit?
Precisely that, really. Anyway, back to business. Let's start doing right. Here's a guy with hair. Well, let's see.
He looks mega sad.
Brought here semi-conscious, non-responsive to presence. This is actually somewhat useful. I already have some idea what this could be. Yeah, we already know what his problem is. Does anybody have any hypotheses based on the state of his eyes?
Is his dick broke?
I mean, maybe, but that's not the problem we're checking out here. Look at the dilation.
Concussion?
No. Let's proceed with this and we will see. I mean, it could, potentially. Oh, his eyes are sure broke. The pen light don't do jack shit.
Ouch. Ouch.
I'm sure I know what at least one person here would like me to do.
Alice.
Good. You talk. Gotta check his arms too. For reflex. Normal. Sensation.
Ouch. Ouch.
Present. And strength. Present. And do the same with his legs.
Ouch. Oog.
Sensation. Reflex. Despite the lagginess, it is normal. And strength. So here's the deal. His only problem is that his eyes are super dilated and he's not reacting to light. Problem with that is a cocaine addiction. And for that, he needs some real help.
Wow, interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, what else we got? Again, semi-conscious and non-responsive. This guy has the opposite problem. Not cocaine, but this time another drug entirely. Anybody have any idea what this might be based on the...
Heroin.
It is not heroin, although that's a fine guess. Actually, this time we're going to misdiagnose, or misprescribe, I should say. Because there is a 50-50 chance of one thing or another thing happening. So we're going to prescribe aspirin, which is always wrong. The drug was morphine. If you do not treat this properly, half of them die, half of them don't. Yeah, here you go. Here's your live news about that guy.
RIP.
Yep. So yeah, that'll be psychologist or psychiatrist as well. Unable to use left hand, on the floor, unable to move. This is normal dilation. He is tracking fine. His eyes are reacting fine.
Alice.
He speaks fine.
Ouch. Ouch.
He feels fine. Sudden drop on the left arm. No strength.
Oog. Ouch.
Still sensation, however. Reflexes are normal. They could be exaggerated, which is another sign of trouble.
Oog.
Now, somebody explained to me his legs have not lost strength. Why was he unable to move? Just based on the left arm. Well, that can only be one thing, and that is peripheral neuropathy, which is what the patient that we operated on earlier actually had. That'll take one of two treatments: exercise the extremity or prescribe physical therapy. Either one is correct.
No.
I am actually rather embarrassed to say this, but no, I cannot. There are a lot of things that I still can't name, even with my lifelong.
I doubt few can.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of the Star Trek trivia games I used to frequent. They go into things like episode names, obscure races, names of production staff, etc. I really ought to bone up. Rooms. Yeah, this woman won't have any of it. This guy's also got a cocaine addiction. He won't die, so there's nothing special to be done here. Except for one thing. You, see this pen?
Yes.
You, see these weirdly dilated eyeballs?
Yes.
What do you think I should do?
Are you gonna stick it in his eye?
I mean, only if you want me to. Not much is going to happen here. He's not actually going to move or anything.
Sure, fuck this guy. He keeps coming back for cocaine addiction.
Imitation of Freddy Krueger. I do enjoy that.
I like the distorted scream.
Oh, you'll like the female scream too. So, this is a very polite way to say don't do that. We're going to save the pins on this one because I want to see the alternative morphine ending. If I'm lucky enough to flip heads this time. Or is it tails? I don't even know. It's tails. Opinions?
Are they fucking? Eating pizza on a corpse?
Yes, they are. And I'm glad you caught that because the first time...
What the fuck?
Because the first time Wit saw this, she thought they may have been eating the internal organs. She didn't notice the box. But yeah,
I thought that myself for a second.
But yeah, this is a pretty sick group of people here, huh? Yeah, so... So they don't like death here. Uh-huh.
This guy is a douche.
Yeah, does he have another cocaine addiction? Not a cocaine addiction, but something is wrong here. Look at the dilation on one eye. He tracks perfectly fine. His one eye doesn't do anything. Sorry, again?
Stroke.
I didn't quite catch that, buddy. Again? One more time? Right, so you can't talk.
Ouch. Ouch.
He can feel. You say stroke? We'll see. It could be. Thus far.
Oog. Oog.
He can feel, but he can't muscle with his arm. His reflexes are fine, too.
Ouch. Ouch.
So, he's got slurred speech, which indicates an issue on the left side. But his left side is weakened, where it should be the right side if something is up with the left side of the brain. That's how it works. So, if it is a stroke, it's on the left. Let's crack the book. So, on the idea that it's a stroke, let's see. Pupil dilation, light reaction, and eye movement will be affected on the opposite side. If it's on the left side, speech will be slurred. That being said, the slurred speech indicates a left side problem, and it's saying that the issues will be on the opposite side. That is not the case, which means it is not a stroke. So, what else could it be? It could be a migraine. Speech will often be slurred. Weakness of the arm and leg on one side, similar to a stroke. Major tests are all normal. We can identify this on an angiogram. Okay, so what we are looking at here is a normal blood vessel structure within the brain. This is totally... well, that one was fine. This one was not. What the hell? Or is this the normal structure and I'm just a complete fucking moron? With these images in my head, excuse me for just a minute. I need to check out the... That's not it. Is this the angio room? No, that's the MRI. That's the CAT scanner. This is probably the angio room. Yep, good. Okay, so the issue is on the left side. That's an aneurysm, and that's not it. That is a subdural hematoma. I see, so that was coming up on the left side. Stand by a sec. Let me read up on hematoma. The same side as the injury. I mean, the angio gave it to us, but that's what it is. We're going to have to operate under proper circumstances this time, except for the fact that our staff chosen does not get along. So, what consequences will this have? Let's all find out together, huh? So here's the deal. The problem is on the left side. Ignore the sound effects, that's an unfortunate bug. Okay, drape. Blood. Antibiotic. Patient's already under in this game. Let's go. Now you want to go about a third of the way. If you try and go all the way, you'll never be able to keep up. And if one of those bleeders gets to be too much, kaboom. We'll see that later on, don't you worry. But right now, my goal, and I don't even know the answer to this, to be quite honest with you, but the goal here is to see what happens when you get two people who don't get along and everything else is proper. That's my ultimate goal for this operation. Horrible zipping noise. Now we need the fish hooks to hold them up. Irrigate right at the center of the crack. Then drill. And stop upon breakthrough. Bone wax to cover the area that's bleeding. Cut open right here in this little red space. Suck. Release as soon as it turns clear again. And then you want to insert a drain. Remove the irrigation. Drop the fish hooks. Remove all the clamps. Find a sponge and clean up if I can. Oh, cotton doesn't do it. Do I even have a sponge? Fuck it. Where's the stapler? You have exactly 10 staples to work with on the incision. Space them well. I'm not going to ace this procedure. I did well over 3 strikes on the incision. And having two people who don't get along didn't actually seem to do anything. Makes me a little sad.
Seems like it might just generate lore.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because I enjoy practicality. Ah, well. So, let's see if we can find a way to torture this hottie, huh?
Hot.
She's a screamer.
Yee.
Give me something good. This guy's just got a fucking migraine.
This guy looks like Hegler.
Well, it's a good thing we're putting him down then. I mean, hopefully.
Hooray.
That's not a tumor. Mm-hmm. And this one did. Sup, nerd. Ah, okay. So, here's one for you. Knowing an allergy to crab or shellfish. Do we know what's in most seafood? Like what element, chemical, substance, what do we want to call it, I guess? There's one particular thing.
I do not actually know.
Seafood contains iodine. Now, the mechanics of a CAT scan are as follows. The radiation resonates off of a contrast dye that's injected into the bloodstream. Within this injected compound is iodine. Seafood contains iodine. So, with that newfound knowledge...
So AMRI will fucking kill him.
No. The CAT scan will McFucking kill him. The MRI scan kills a totally different subset of people. So, the contrast dye gave the guy such an allergic reaction that he went to sleep and never woke back up.
Well, he got to avoid 2020.
Uh-huh. Happy to be of service. So, yeah. I want to get to the other thing here. Lawsuit. But we won't
No.
actually get to deal with that mechanic in this game. No, we're going to give this guy a more premium treatment than just shoving him in a case to die.
Knife and brain.
I'm going to do you one better than that, actually. Do you like it? Actually, I can
Do it.
I can do one better than that, actually. Who's for a homebrew tracheotomy?
Do it. Lol.
I think he's a little upset.
Rip.
We finally got this guy to get serious.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Fire me? Yes.
Medical accident involving staples.
Medical accident involving staples. Okay. Next time we go in the operating room, that is just what I'll do. You've always been a fucknob, haven't you?
Can we pour fresh coffee into his eyeballs? Very fresh coffee.
I'm afraid we cannot. But I do know what we can do. We're going to do just what you suggest. At least involving your previous suggestion. How about it?
Do it.
They won't let me. Okay.
Lame.
Alright, so dopamine is used to keep the blood pressure stable in the absence of blood. Nitroprusside forces the blood pressure down to get into the more delicate brain operations. What do you suppose might happen with the two of them together?
Death.
I seem to have done it in the wrong order. Oh, Jesus. Fine, lidocaine. No, I expect she won't. Yep, same as the previous game. I guess the nitroprusside has to go first. Alright, so let's try that again then. Okay, so the nitro must go followed by the dopamine. There we go. Now that being the case, explain to me how the hell the last patient survived the opposite order. Why does it matter? They've both compounded at this point.
Video games.
Yeah, and also it seems like the grammar is broken too. You, our patient, died when you injected dopamine under induced hypotension. Imagine the conflict between the Jedi and the dark side, just raging inside one body. Never administer dopamine when the patient is under nitroprusside. That would be bad. That would be bad. That's the understatement of the century, don't you think? Now come on, give me the patient with the particular...
Massive understatement.
Here we go. Several things I'd like to mention here. First of all, note the age of this patient.
Okay.
39 years old. 39 years old. I dare say time has not been particularly kind to this one.
Looks 60.
Yeah. That having been said, recently received a pacemaker. Now, can anybody explain to me the logistical mechanical function of an MRI?
It's magnetic.
Precisely. Now, what is the general...
So it will fuck a pacemaker.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I like a good magic show. How about you? Mm-hmm. Without the thing that their heart depends on functioning properly? Well, whoops. All right, now then.
Ripperoni in that pepperoni pizza.
Now then, back to fairly standard business. Motherfucker can't speak. And apparently cannot feel on the left side of the face. Oh. That is what they call, in layman's terms, an aggravated reflex. We're going to see the same thing on the left leg. Weakness, loss of sensation, and anyway. Yeah, so what have we got here as far as symptoms? Slurred speech, no pain on the left side, aggravated weakness, aggravated weakness. That's not correct, by the way, I don't think. Strange. Could have sworn I checked that and... well, whatever. So, let's crack this open. The eyes are normal. Speech is slurred. We got issues on the left side of the brain. Reflexes aggravated and loss of sensation on the opposite side. Nope. Is it an aneurysm? Opposite side. Nope. Dilation. Nope. Nope. It's gotta be a migraine, right? It's not hysteria because it does not mention anything about slurred speech. It's gotta be a migraine. I know a way to find out. I'm just going to give aspirin, and he should mention that it's not a strong enough medication. Yep. Yeah, strong medication, which can potentially lead to bigger problems like, I don't know, say addiction. Alright, so we can't use a CAT scan, whatever we do here. Check the arms first.
Ooh, ouch.
That all seems fine. Oh, you've got a morphine addiction. Whatever. Let's... fuck it. Let's do this right.
Alice. Ouch. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, so... Same story, different drug. And who knows, they still might not survive. A 30-year-old with a pacemaker. How sad. What unfortunate set of circumstances would have led to that one? Oh, hello. I detect a minor problem here. Just a small one. And it's on the opposite side of the brain.
Ouch.
Something real serious is going on here.
Ouch.
Strokey stroke.
You think so? Reflexes are normal.
Ouch.
Sensation ain't. Strength ain't. State of dilation is wrong. Okay, so let's get a look in the angio room, because I didn't get that far last time. Here's a stroke. See this spot right here? Yep, look at that. That is a left side infarction. The only way to deal with this actually, what happens if I say exercise an extremity for this? Yeah, and he's just so matter-of-factly about that.
That's 2 lawsuits now.
Yep. Oh, by the way, now that I look at the time, Merry Christmas, folks, to those of you who celebrate. Those of you who don't, do have a wonderful day.
Sure, I guess.
Well, you were correct, Admiral. It was a stroke.
Ooh.
You've got a migraine, don't you? Yeah, procedures, whatever. Trying to think, are there any more ways I can do something?
Ouch.
You know what? Here, let's do this. We're operating for a brain tumor, and I don't really care whether it is one or not.
It's not a tumor.
I know. It's also not on the right side. Actually, I don't know that.
What I'm hearing is we need to do a stream of Surgeon Simulator someday.
I mean, too chaotic for my personal playing style, but I would be more than happy to watch and commentate. Now take a look at why you don't want to do this. Good luck trying to keep up with this, folks. Now, notice one of the bigger ones is eventually going to get discolored. When it does, that's your final sign before they die. Oversaturation. Or maybe this will just be a... Yep, right there, you see? Got darker. And a few of others are. That one right there. Big enough, dark enough. That's it. Well, we drained them out good. Nah.
Lol.
But I wasn't drilling. At this point, the malpractice is only going to grow bigger.
Getting late?
Maybe. I mean, usually at this time I'm still out. First time in like 6 years that I'm not. Aggravated. Wonder if the midnight mass I usually play is even doing anything tonight. Whatever. What do we got? So the eye dilation is fine. All these issues on the right side, including aggravation. Remind me, is this migraine or is this stroke? Stroke involves dilation. Yeah, it's a migraine. Why are you telling me about it? You just told me I was good. You, what's your problem? Cocaine? Here. Go get help. I want to get one more good death. I want to get one more good death in if we can before we end this. Is it going to be at the cutie's expense? It just might. Please let this be another hematoma. Really, I'll take anything at this point. But it needs to be a properly operable thing. Otherwise, I'm not going to get far enough to get the death that I want. Reflex is normal. Loss of strength. Sensation normal. Man, I'm getting some serious wins here. So, right side dilated, loss of strength, loss of sensation. Speech was normal. Is it another hematoma? Let's check the angio. It's about the most reliable thing we've got. Wait, that's a fucking aneurysm. Jesus Christ. I actually don't even know how to do an aneurysm procedure in this game. So one way or another, this patient is going to die, and this is how we're going to end this. So, here goes nothing. Okay, it was on the left. And yet somehow did not cause slurring. I am very interested to figure out how that could possibly be. Love you too. Merry Christmas. No. Not at the moment. Right. Blood. Antibiotic. We have to get as far as opening the scalp flap. So let me preface what we're doing here. The drill, as you might be able to tell from the motion it makes, generates a considerable amount of heat. And the only thing that's keeping that heat in check is the irrigator drop. Basically, you need cold liquid in order to counter an overheat in the brain. Yeah, the hell with it. Like I was gonna win this anyway. As soon as the Rainey's clips are all down, and one last horrible zipping noise. Good so far. Hook it up. So, again, for more immediate comparison. We have not moved the irrigator. Watch this. The same thing happens if you have the dura mater open and do not irrigate it every so often.
Roasty toasty brain.
Exactly. The brain will overheat the same way whether you do what I just did or leave the brain wide open without anything to keep it cooled down. Basically, the function of the hypothalamus is completely...
I'm not surprised. Having used drills on concrete, they get very hot.
Yep. So basically, one of the functions of the hypothalamus gland, and this is real stuff, I might add, if anybody's never seen Osmosis Jones before. The hypothalamus has the function of keeping the body cooled down, like basically the coolant fluid that you have in a car. Now, besides being diseased, like was the case in that film, complete exposure to the oxygenated environment of the world will also counter the cooling effect of that gland. So basically you have to keep it moist, prevent it from drying out in the air, or else.
Rip.
Oops. Mm-hmm. Now, where's this green stuff come from? Is there already moss growing in the dead patient? Actually,
This is what vegetarianism does.
yep. And actually, as it happens, if I can get one more subdural hematoma, there is one more death that involves the extraction of the brain. That might be a better one to finish this. So, let me memorize this real quick. Weakness occurs on the same side of the injury. Dilation of the pupil on the same side. Speech slurred. Okay. There's no dilation, so this cannot possibly be. For not being the patient that I wanted you to be, you die. Or you lose an eye, at least. You can just go to hell.
I don't know why, but the screams are funny to me.
Oh, like this?
Yes.
They are funny. And I mean, not to endorse what we're doing here to these poor, fine people. Morphine death. Alright, you know what? Let's check the morgue out. We can check out the last 6 patients we killed here. Inappropriate substance. They didn't even say what.
Tiger's blood.
Yep. Alright, this could be a hematoma. Nope. Here's the thing. If this is another major operation that is not a hematoma, which it's looking like it may very well be, I will not be let get far enough to suck the brain out properly. Yeah, he's got some real issues with his right. So what is this? It's another aneurysm, which unfortunately does not do quite what I need it to do. So you are just going to have to die. Oh, never mind, it was a stroke. I was wrong anyway. Ha! Are you just like not gonna give me a hematoma?
The fucking screams, lol.
God damn it, I'm so sick of drug addictions. No. I know what brain tumors are.
His madness accelerates, the bodies pile up.
Let's see what the chief has to say. David Lindstrom, by the way, was the chief of staff from the first game. Skeleton's the chief here. And
Lol.
we ain't doing any better here than we were there. By the way, he's not actually going to take action.
Ouch.
Oh, is this it? No. God damn it. It's another fucking stroke. Stop giving me strokes. I know how to deal with strokes. I swear to God, I will keep this up until you give me somebody with a hematoma.
Alice.
And if your fucking ass doesn't think I will,
Oog. Oog.
oh, maybe. Promising.
Oog. Oog.
And I know what a hematoma looks like on the angio. It's a fucking aneurysm. God damn it, mother.
Lol.
Alice.
You suck. Degenerating madness. Okay, I'm going to give this exactly 3 more patients. And if I do not get what I want, I see.
It's too bad I don't have voice because I'm cackling over hair.
Strike 1.
You suck, followed by Pen and I.
Uh-huh.
Alice.
You're really getting on my nerves, Skeleton. Strike 2.
Was it like this with Wit?
I didn't have degenerating madness, but other than that, yes. And Wit did not take it nearly as well as you are. Mousy boy, you just struck out. Any last words for this last patient?
Wit is soft cinnamon roll baby.
Alice.
You, buddy boy, just might be my final guinea pig, and if you're not, I'm going to make you suffer like nobody's ever suffered before.
Ouch. Oog.
So far, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Opposite side, that's not good.
Ouch. Oog. Ouch.
Destroy him.
Okay. He's gonna get some. He has an aneurysm. We're operating for a tumor, with all the commensurate sadistic tools therein. You, my friend, be fucking thankful you're asleep for this, boyo. There, you happy? Jesus. There will be no antibiotic injection. Buddy, you are so lucky you're sleeping. I don't think you had any idea coming in today. All right. To a point, we're going to do this the right way. Because what happens after that is going to be that much more satisfying. Oh, and I live for the satisfaction. If only you had any idea.
I'm curious where this is going.
Oh, it's going somewhere. Assuming, of course, I angle this right. All right. Believe I need to dissect the holes. Now, I can start cutting. Okay. Gonna wax this down. Gauze it off. Oh, still got some work to do. Shit, this isn't working. Fuck, I don't know what I need to do. Oh shit, he's suffocating. You know what? Let him suffocate. I'm running out of ideas, and this is better than anything I could have come up with.
Vengeance is had.
The hell do you mean more sutures? Unless you're saying... What are you saying? What the hell?
Warning.
Yeah, I know, but what am I supposed to do about that?
Your madness made manifesting.
God, I guess it did. Kidneys have failed? Huh.
I think this is the sign we should stop Law.
I think so. So, what happened here, technically, was that the yellow bag, if anybody noticed it toward the bottom of the screen, is the urine output. If that hits 0, that's renal failure. Basically, it's not processing waste and it's backing up into the body.
He pissed his life out.
More accurately, he failed to do so. That's the whole problem. So the way to correct that was the mannitol IV.
Rip and help his man.
Yep. Yeah, that's a sign that we are about done. So, Admiral, what did you think of having this same experience that Wit once had?
Improbably made of sterner stuff than her.
Would seem that way. I'd actually recommend that you watch that episode back from 2 years ago, just to enjoy the pure horror that she had to endure.
Send me the link when we close this.
You got it. And with that, folks, I hope you have all the nightmares in the world and an absolutely wonderful day to have to try to digest that. And with that, for Admiral Cordelia...
Remember, all this cost you was a poorly misplaced choice.
Oh, extremely misplaced. And for Admiral Cordelia, I am AlphaStarDX. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you, hopefully, with a fuller complement next week.
Hopefully.